This is Beaverville. Come on in.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
I've been to every city in Mexico. Came across an unclaimed piece of meat in Baja. Turned out to be Rosie. Guess he picked a knife fight with somebody better.
I woke up yesterday morning with a spring in my step.
Start later, please.
I could never know what the day was.
Fast forward ahead.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic.
Yeah. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang.
Yes.
Boy, that was good news.
It is the 7th day of March, 2025. Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. Welcome to Friday on the Power Trip Morning Show. Initials game. Alec Lewis coming in. Marty, I don't believe is here, but Parrish is. So much to get to. Why would we stop? Why would we wait? Why would we not just keep on moving into that Friday? Here's Baron Von with some comedy. Come on in now. I'm glad you're here.
Sugary cereals are like on the bottom shelf of a cereal aisle. Healthier stuff is like at the top. Kashi, eat that. You're not sure what's in it. You're not even sure if you said it correctly. But it's gotta be good. There's pictures of wheat on the box. And look at the one next to them. They're hugging and smiling. Know why? Because they're gonna live past 40. Then I go down one more shelf. Corn Chex is cool. Corn Chex is totally fine. 12 essential vitamins and nutrients is right on the box. Corn Chex still doing great. Then look down one more shelf. Honey Nut Cheerios. Okay, losing you a little bit. It is Cheerios, which is good. But I'll tell you my greatest concern. There's a cartoon on the box. But it is a cartoon bee, and at least bees exist. As long as you stay with illustrations of things that are actually things, you're doing okay. I mean, Cheerios, I'll accept it. Final shelf, elves aren't real. Why is that tiger wearing a scarf? He shouldn't be cold, he's covered in fur. That captain does not look licensed to operate a vessel on the milk seas. And you're going after a cereal that features the modern Stone Age family? That's not a thing. You can't have a small brontosaurus as a pet dog. They never existed. Keep down this path, you're gonna end up just like that diabetic vampire.
On your side, you hear the distant thunder. There's lightning in your stride.
It is a Friday, March 7th of 2025. This is the Power Trip Morning Show. My name's Corey Cove. That's Chris Hockey. That's Meat Sauce Paul Lambert. It's Friday, so John Kriesel is here. $86,000 up for grabs at 8:15 for the St. Paul Federal Credit Union initials jackpot. Parrish in a little bit, but man, that dude had a late night. I hope we don't get a late call from Parrish saying he's scratched. Because he was up late watching that Edina 2-1 overtime win against Rogers.
My squad won.
What time did that game end? 11 something? Late, I think.
Yeah, jeez. I would bet 11:15.
He'll be here by the time initial starts.
Yeah, I hope so.
I had a late night, too.
Is that right? The hell is that?
Shooting some ducks?
Turkey Federation fundraiser last night. Live auctions are a problem.
Yeah, I know.
I need help.
Hawk loves them. Yeah.
It's just, I ended up winning a, what was the first thing? Oh, a custom rifle scope.
Oh, my.
That will be fitted to my rifle.
Nice.
And then,
good for you.
And then a dinner for 20 at my house at Acapulco.
Dude, those are so much fun.
And here's their mistake with beer and margaritas.
Oh,
it doesn't say.
Yeah, this is the last year that Acapulco donates a dinner for 20 at a home.
That's what I said.
You're going to ruin it for everyone.
Besides walking around the room last night, just and then I won a handgun. It was
good for you.
My wife last night when I won that dinner, she was like, "Hell yeah!" Most wives will be like, "Stop bidding on stuff." Yeah. She was just like, why stop there?
Let's go.
Yeah.
I would argue because you're going to have that party, you're going to need a handgun.
Yeah.
100%.
Because it's going to get out of control.
Yeah.
You might have to defend yourself.
Yeah, you might not pull the trigger, but you're going to have to show it.
I might get a mariachi band because those are my favorite. My heart never gets.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
My heart is never happier than when there's a mariachi band playing at my table at a restaurant.
You love it. You love it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The best, yeah. So
my dumbass friend Eric once said if he won the Powerball, he was going to pay to have a mariachi band follow me around for 1 calendar year as punishment.
I would pretend it's a punishment, but inside just be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was lots of listeners there last night, too. Lots of turkey hunters listen to the show.
That's the best, man.
Where do you hunt turkey?
My backyard.
All around.
Yeah.
All around Minnesota. I think it's April. I haven't hunted turkey for years.
And if I may, you guys need to get after it because there's turkeys everywhere.
Yeah.
Too many.
There's so many.
Yeah.
And they're huge.
They're a pain in the ass. They were up where we deer hunt. We have some food plots near. I didn't see turkeys up there in years past. Too many of them now.
Right.
And you're sitting there and it's just getting light and you're hoping the biggest buck of all time walks up on that food plot. Instead, just these big, ugly bastards. And I love turkeys. They're great. But my God, there's nothing. You're like, this is a 27-point buck. Nope, it's 4 turkeys just causing hell.
Shoot them.
Yeah.
I thought about it, but I'm not a poacher.
I'm going to tell you this, too. The other day, because I love pawn shops.
Yeah.
I love them. Right now, at this point in my life, I love going in and buying things.
Yes.
There'll be a point where I have to go in and sell things.
Oh, yeah.
I went into one in the fantastic city of St. Cloud the other day. I can't believe the armament you can buy at Pawn America.
Yeah.
I just can't believe it. I could have walked out of there with some stuff I only thought you could get if your last name was Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
I had no idea that you could buy that stuff. And it's not under glass it's right there.
But you know the person behind the counter is packing.
Oh, of course, absolutely. I'm sure. I don't know if they even do sell bullets and stuff. I have no idea. I think they just sell the weapons.
No, but if someone walks in to steal them, you have to rob the place.
My point is, I don't know. So that's not my point. I had no idea. I've never seen some of the guns in person that I saw in there.
And a lot of them, though, if you look at it, like last night, there was raffles and stuff for many firearms. I mean, Ukraine should have been at the Turkey Federation fundraiser
just to
last
experience Acapulco for 20.
Oh, my God. I can't wait.
If there were a zombie apocalypse,
yes,
I would go to Pawn America.
But
That'd be my first step.
if you look at a lot of those, like there was ones last night that looked like something you'd strap onto a Humvee. Right. But it was a 12-gauge shotgun.
Right. I have no idea the difference. Right.
But it just looks a certain way.
Sure. Yeah. It kind of turns me on.
Oh, I was diamond hard last night.
Yeah.
But I got to go get my permit to acquire before I can pick up my handgun.
Right.
But yeah, it's sweet.
Yeah,
These groups are the best, though. And I mean, there's certain people that are like, hunters are the worst because they kill all the animals or whatever. There is no group of people that put more back into wildlife and conservation than hunters because we want it to be enjoyed by future generations.
Right on the highway.
And those people last night they worked so hard to make sure that our kids and our kids' kids are still able to enjoy the outdoors.
Amen.
So,
amen.
Heck yeah.
Like Louie.
Louie.
There is no Louie on the scene.
We'll get Louie. I could teach him how to.
No, Louie's not going to hunt. He's going to golf.
No.
We'll teach him how to shoot.
No, he's going to golf.
Yeah. Louis had a doctor's appointment yesterday. His 2-month appointment, and it was
shots. Any shots?
Yeah, I couldn't watch it. I had to walk out. I can't watch him get hurt, and I could hear him through the door. That sucks. But my brave wife sat there with him, but I couldn't watch it.
You stuck her with that task?
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I know. I'm a terrible husband and father, but I couldn't do it.
Hey,
I don't want to see him get hurt. Yeah.
Hey, come on over. There's a seat right here.
But, the doctor said yesterday he's 2 months old, that he might be crawling soon. I was like, are you out of your mind? And then, Freak! Yeah, that was about it. He said he looks great.
What's his height and weight percentage?
He's in the 38th percentile. The doctor said yesterday he'll be tall and skinny. And I said, well, he must be 99% Christo then.
Crisco?
Christo, my wife's fan.
This slippery child.
Yeah, no, I hope,
Yeah, what size is his head in the 38th also?
99th percentile.
Yeah, no, he has a pretty decent
It's a
size
normal
head.
looking head.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
a
yeah.
beaut.
Yeah, he is
Clark.
cute. Yeah,
He's a
he's
beaut.
cute. But he's like, this boy is perfect. I'm
It's
like, thanks. Good hitting on
This
him.
town needs an enema.
When all of a sudden they start getting a personality and being
Yeah.
able to make facial expressions instead of just looking like they're tasted
lost.
something sour.
Yeah. I did peekaboo with him for the first time last night. That was unbelievable. He like caught on to it right away, and he would like, I'd do this where I'd cover my face. Everybody understands how peekaboo
We do,
works.
yes.
Yeah. No,
But just in case.
Yeah. And I'd like close my eyes, but I'd like look around him and I could see he'd be like, where the hell Dad go? And then I'd open him and he'd go, ha ha ha. Yeah, it was the best.
My
It's
dad
the
used to
best.
play peekaboo with people, and then he never came back.
Okay, you look over there. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Zoinks.
Yeah.
What a fun game. It's lasted 8 days.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I guess Dad
Hey,
wins.
Hawks,
50 years for some.
how many times at an auction have you bid against yourself?
Only the one time that I'm aware of.
Oh, the Yag machine?
The Yag machine, yeah.
You paid
Which
like
I
$2
want.
grand.
I almost did that on the dinner, and the guy, as I kind of went to do this, he was shaking his head as he did because I was the lead bidder.
The lead
Yeah.
bidder.
But it was an act. There was an auctioneer that's all the
Love it.
and I couldn't understand it.
Yeah.
Some of them I can.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
I love doing that.
Who's the guy?
So it's like, did I just get out?
Glenn
He's the
Flatabo.
best, dude.
Yeah,
Was it
Glenn
him?
Flatabo.
You can. Glenn Flatabo is a 10 out of 10 at that. He's so good at that.
This was a specific turkey one.
Yeah.
But he should have done. You should have done a.
My God.
I almost bought a inflatable turkey that
To
I was
do
going
what
to put
with?
To stuff it.
to put next to the Bumble and then Yukon Cornelius, but it got out of hand
Yeah.
because there was a point we were going. It was 250, 275, blah, 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 and then I was like, I just kept raising my hand.
For an inflatable? $300+ for a turkey?
come on,
That's a good
$350.
start.
Yeah,
a good
that's
start.
right.
It's a good start.
Just if it was 325, then I just kind of realized I was like,
Put me
Was it
down for
Christmas
2.
themed?
no,
It's just a turkey.
a big ass turkey.
Just
It
a
had a
big-ass
shotgun.
turkey.
It had a shotgun as well.
Well, you know what? That's the what's Falling Down.
Yes,
Turkey.
Michael Douglas.
Yeah, Michael Douglas.
Great
That's right.
movie.
Oh, great movie.
Where it's like,
That
all
turkey's
right,
had enough.
I'm tired of you sons of bitches.
Yeah, why? You know, we're not the only animals that kill each other. You know, a turkey's had enough of other turkeys
Yeah.
as well.
No, and finally, again, that if you're anti-hunting, that's the most fair fight. Give the turkey a shotgun.
Yeah.
Let the best man
Yeah.
win.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
If the turkey has a shotgun and can't take you out, then he deserves to die.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right? That's his Second Amendment right.
Or if they're delicious,
Yeah.
they deserve.
Be like,
to die.
listen, we gave him a fair
Yeah,
shot.
right. I don't know how a turkey does anything with all that serotonin. How are they not just asleep on the side of the road?
Yeah. Brilliant. Brilliant.
And how do they stay in the tree without falling
That would
out?
mean they're happy all the time.
Right. Tryptophan.
Yeah.
Man.
Tryptophan,
I'm
yeah.
full of tryptophan here.
Yeah. Will you
can't
do your
get
turkey
up.
call again, Hawk?
That's the auctioneer turkey.
They Bill Cosby each other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Oh God, I want to say a joke. It involves swallowing.
Oh.
It's early.
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah, Harbor
I don't
Hour.
think there's an early enough time in the world.
Yeah.
2
Tom would
a.m.
say
isn't
it.
early enough.
I'm going to go ahead and film myself telling you guys this, what I'm about to tell you right now.
Oh,
but
perfect.
I have to tell you, I often get, I'm going to start my video while I do this. This is live on the radio. I often get accused of being the most horny man on this show. And then I walk in here, and this is the computer.
I left that for you.
No, you didn't. You
Yeah, I
didn't
did.
leave that for me. You left that because you're just as horny, if not hornier than I am.
What did you leave up?
How old
Heather
is she?
Graham.
Heather Graham.
What era, Heather Graham? Like
Right now.
Roller
Right
Girl?
now.
Oh, right now.
Right
Yeah.
now. Right now. Right now.
She's at Rosie's spot, Tulum.
I love Tulum, by the way. Super cool
I'm
spot.
a bigger Pumbaa guy, but
Brilliant.
Isn't Tulum where all the Instagram folks are going now?
100%.
That's
Yeah,
the,
but it's you can see why. It's awesome.
It means
you
no
fly into
worries.
Cancun, and then it's like an
Brilliant.
hour and a half drive or something like that. But it's awesome.
I'm going to
I will
write
have to
Super
see.
cool.
who's horny. and then I'm going to post this, which, you know.
You're going to get a lot of responses.
Talk if you're horny, that bit.
God, that's an all-time
the greatest
bit.
bit ever.
It's awesome, Kreese, because they don't have like mega hotels. It's all a bunch of small like boutique hotels. So
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. So everything seems kind of quiet. It doesn't seem like high paced. It's just super chill.
All the other spots, they're fine, but they're the same.
Yep.
Every one of them's the same.
A lot of character into them. I was a fan.
They have a Michelin restaurant there. That's sweet.
You can get tires.
They sell tires. Yeah, that's the weirdest thing. People keep thinking like that's a good thing.
Yeah, I didn't try them.
Yeah, how did they get into rating restaurants, by the way? That part I don't understand.
It was so, what I've been told, and I'll probably butcher this, and if Gavin's listening, he'll correct me, but they got into rating restaurants because they were traveling salesmen, and they would drive all over and they would rate the restaurants for other salespeople going around the United States. That's how they got into it. I don't think Minnesota has one, although they should.
Yeah, Raising Cane's.
Yeah, Raising Cane's. Hawk, will you do your turkey call again?
Ooh, give me that chicken. There it is. Oh, I'm getting
He's not
better at
wrong.
this. Getting better at this.
Oh, Hawk, that was great.
Well, I mean, since we're talking about the ladies, when we come back, can I play you some audio?
Yes.
Of a lady who had some surgery done. And this is one of the most brilliant, you know what I'm saying, don't you, Corey?
I can only guess what you're about to play.
Bolt-ons?
Yeah, and let me say, this is the most brilliant marketing campaign. The only reason I bring it up is because this is the most brilliant marketing campaign I've ever seen. Ever.
I can't wait.
It's the only reason I bring it up. Because I want you, I want to commend whoever this ad agency is for what I'm about to play you guys when we come back from this break.
So, you know, that sauce is a professional radio tease.
Well, he's a professional.
Exactly.
I'm just here.
And my teas were about teas.
Yeah.
In case you're wondering. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Yeah, see?
The show's good.
That's next.
Patrick Marchand. Do 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 do. Welcome back, Power Trip Morning Show.
Hey.
Hi. It's Friday. Kriesel is here. Parrish coming in. Alec Lewis coming. Alec Lewis is coming in today.
I've only briefly met him like a couple of times when he was filling in for PA, and we passed each other basically in the studio here, right? Like,
he's a great dude.
Hey, go get him, man. See ya.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to ask him. You know, he went to school. He's a writer. He's a reporter. He follows the teams.
Alabama, I think.
Yep.
Follows sports. And now at this point in his career on March 7th of 2025, the thing that he's best known for is struggling to get to the press box in time to do the pregame hit during Vikings football Sunday.
Yep.
That's what I know him best for.
The behind-the-scenes struggle was always great because Ted will be like, hey, Hawk. Hawk will be like, yep, is Alec Lewis there? No, I don't know where he is. I think he's trying to get in. And
he can't get past security, or he can't find the press box.
And he'll be wandering. Like, was it Chicago? He couldn't find the press box?
And you guys have been to that press box, right?
I have not.
You haven't? Have you, Corey? You haven't?
Not in Chicago, no.
At Soldier?
It's the weirdest thing because it's just part of the grandstands. It's just part of the stands. So, like, there's...
So do you go in on the main concourse kind of thing?
Yeah, like the second concourse. And it's like, you know, obviously structural pillars of a stadium. Imagine enormous structural pillars of a stadium, only hollowed out so it can be a broadcast booth.
Oh,
Yuck.
God.
That's what it is. And I kid you not, the fans are on the other side of that window. So they can touch us. Like, that we had some fans who PA could high five because there was a friendly rivalry. Those people are gone. They weren't there this year. And we had a guy about 15 rows down. I had to call security on because he kept flipping Pete Bursich the bird. And he wouldn't stop. And
he was .2 probably.
Oh, yeah. And Pete luckily didn't catch it because Pete would have been in the grandstand in the stands fighting.
Yeah.
Or on the phone at full
middle finger?
Yeah.
What's
you want to dance?
Middle finger doesn't hurt, though.
It was pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
Oh, it was?
And it's
pretty.
Pete.
It was,
Yeah.
and he would stand like he was doing one of these things.
Yeah.
Oh.
Facing Pete away from the game, just stand. And then
Pete will fight.
Flipping the bird like that.
That guy is a terrible neighbor, father, son,
friend,
brother, coworker.
All of it.
That guy
Lover
sucks.
What?
Right?
You know?
There's no doubt.
Sucks.
If he's putting that much effort into it.
There's no, like, how many of your friends would you say is the kind of guy who would spend an entire football game flipping off aggressively
0
a radio broadcast team from another town? I don't have one friend like that.
I would not.
I wouldn't be a friend with somebody like
I have
that.
one. He's sitting over there.
Sauce?
Yep.
Sauce would do that if that guy cut him off in traffic, but he wouldn't do it just for no reason in a stadium.
He just does that for. I have a handful.
Oh yeah, I did do that. Yeah, I flipped off a guy in the station vehicle. I thought I was going to lose my job. It was terrible.
So
I got to the stadium, Lambeau. Hawk took one look at me and was like, "Okay, guys, enough." It looks like he's going to jump.
Yeah.
I mean, I was 26,
7 pounds
stupid.
overweight.
Yeah, 27, too much.
I was going through wedding photos recently, and there is one of like a pre-party, and everyone looks normal and all good, and you're just flicking off the camera.
Hawk might be right.
Chris is right.
Yeah.
So you are the one.
You're the closest.
But he would not do that during a football game because he respects people he doesn't know, right?
Some,
usually.
Yeah.
And you would want to watch the game.
Yeah, I would be watching the game. I'm not going to be like, where's the radio booth?
Right.
And
Now, what if you found out that the opposing broadcaster was one of these guys from Love is Blind that you don't like? Would you flip that guy off?
Yesterday, I'm ranting about the guy in Love is Blind, and then that exact guy was ranting about is best friends with somebody who works here.
Yeah. Which one?
And then I loudly go, it doesn't matter. That guy sucks.
Yeah,
it's Dave.
I know that. Who's?
I think he's best friends with Bo. Or friends with Bo.
Yeah.
Who's Bo? I'm not.
Jackson?
I don't know. Who
Bo Jackson, sales guy. You'd know him.
Does he know that the initials jackpot has been hit twice?
A couple of people don't, but it has been hit twice. 86,000 today. So Sauce is, we're at the bullpen, and Sauce just goes, that guy Dave sucks. And like 4 salespeople just go, Bo's like best friends with him. And Paul's like, I don't care, but I mean, I'm really? Oh, really?
And then, but I said, I don't care. He sucks. Yeah.
Who the hell is Bo?
I don't.
Diddley, Derek, Flatabo.
Diddley?
Yeah, Bo Diddley.
Oh, Brian. Yeah, I think he moved spots. I think he got upgraded. Or what's it called when you get a promotion?
Upgraded. He got an upgrade.
Yeah, I think
he's Comfort Plus now.
Yeah, he might be. But yeah, that guy.
Yeah, so anyway, one of the guys that Sauce can't stand on this show, Love is Blind, is friends with a salesperson.
Close circuit to Bo. This is a bit. I know exactly who you are. This whole thing's a bit.
Yeah.
It's a bit.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Hey, before the break, you had a professional
great
radio tease.
I have a great set of teas. I would like to pay it off for you if you guys don't mind.
Your teas are gone.
Thank you. I'm working on it. Sweetheart.
Sweet. Oh.
Kiss me.
Sweetheart. That's kind, Hogs.
Yeah, thank you. So, repeat after me. Hey, I just met you.
Hey, I just met you.
Here's my number. Call me, baby. You guys know who I'm talking about?
Yes. Carly Rae Jepsen.
Oh, wrong girl then.
Oh.
Are you thinking of Rebecca Black?
Hold on, no. It's all about my butt. My butt.
Meghan Trainor?
Yeah.
All about that bass?
That's it. Thank you.
That's a banger.
Yeah, that's a great
Banger.
tune.
I'd like to play it right now. I can't.
Yeah.
We can sing it.
Guess what she's endorsing?
What?
Rocks.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's Meghan Trainor, and I've got some big news to share. Yep, I got my boobs done. As you know, I'm in a super busy chapter of my life. I've been touring, working, and mommying really hard. So recently, I've decided to do something just for me. I got a breast lift and augmentation with Motiva implants. Finally! After having 2 kids, living a healthier lifestyle, and losing weight, I couldn't be happier with my decision. I'm so obsessed. I've always struggled with loving my boobs before I got them done because they were never even, were always saggy my whole life. These breast implants are the only ones in the world with smooth silk, a surface designed to minimize inflammation, so the tissue around the implant stays soft. Honestly, they look and feel amazing. It's not an easy decision to have surgery, but Motiva...
Okay. Everybody who's near their phone or computer is typing right now. And it is impressive. They're not Dolly Parton like, but they definitely are under a sweater.
Isn't it great how the thought is, I'm doing this for me?
Yeah.
That's great.
It is.
It's great.
Let me tell you, because we all know what I'm about to say. If I could get about 5 more inches, I would be doing it for me, but I would also be doing it.
My God.
Yeah.
No, but it would be mostly for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's true, that it would be 98% for you.
Yeah. And also...
We would know
also
that's
with you.
happened.
Yeah, we would know.
If we see your hands just peeled.
He would wear bike shorts.
So this is the entrepreneur in me, I guess, going like, or I wonder how this works. I'm most fascinated by the fact that she's not just saying, "Hey, I got breast implants," but she's promoting a specific brand
Yeah,
with
that's
silk.
right.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Where
Yeah,
I mean, obviously different, implants or whatever exist, but is this like the equivalent of marketing a drug?
Let me see.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Sort of, yeah. I think it's. I mean, I would say it's just like any other kind of advertising car brand, because I don't think people know that you can ask for a specific type of implant. Probably so if when you go into the doctor's office, you have it in your mind that you might want these because Meghan Trainor's got a good set. You know what I mean? But also there's this too. If you're this company and you are hiring her not just to talk about getting your breast implants, but about getting breast implants, period. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It'll help every company out there,
Right.
Who's giving girls rocks.
I guess what I would ask
see
is
the before, not the after.
If you're a gal that's in the market for doing this and you're thinking about doing this, for the, I don't know, entire existence of me knowing that this was even an option, it's always seemed like the importance of the doctor is what matters most, right? To get a good surgeon, to get a good person that has done this and is right. You're not going to botch it. Mm-hmm. I've never once heard of somebody specifically saying, I need a specific implant more than a specific doctor.
Right. It's either silicone or saline.
Right.
But as far as brand,
you want, I would say there's been I don't know. I'm just guessing. It's not like
it sounds like we're asking questions that you might have the answers to.
He might.
I would say that they've gotten a bit of a bad reputation for exploding, in the wrong situations.
Like Humvees.
And maybe, some of them are like this.
Yep.
That's what they implant. These are smooth. I don't know if you heard her say something about they're velveteen or whatever.
But
velveteen?
Like a rabbit.
Yeah.
Like the chocolate you put in your drink?
Because I was told that silicone used to be the way, and then all of a sudden, no, they could make you sick, awful. Everyone switched to saline, and now silicone's back.
Is that right?
I was told.
See, he was told.
I was told.
Here's what I was just reading, too. They're working on a flavored
perfect
breast implant in case they start to leak. It's kind of a challenge for us, fellas.
Yeah.
Like Ovaltine?
Right.
Well, I mean,
what kind of
what flavor would you choose?
Cinnamon roll.
Ooh.
I answered too quickly.
Yeah, that was too quickly. We're talking about.
See, I would just go to work on those things and just rough them up until they started oozing.
You would choose some kind of beer, I assume.
No. You calling me a booze bag?
that'd be the perfect name for the.
That would be the right brand. A booze bag. Right?
John Kriesel here for booze bags. Your favorite hoops.
Yeah.
I think this commercials should start off like this. Hi, I'm Chris Hockey. And damn, are my hands tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sold.
Why?
And then Meghan Trainor, right. Then she walks in and goes, you might know me a little bit more than him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you've heard his voice on the Builders and Remodelers TV commercials 1,000 times. But
yeah, I've had some buildings and remodelings done.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can go now, Hawk. It just stands there.
I think I hear you more on TV than I do 5:30 to 9, and I work with you.
There was a spot break the other day where there were 3 of my commercials in the same spot.
So what,
break.
Livia, Builders and Remodelers?
Livia, and then Builders and Remodelers again.
Oh, okay.
In the same spot break. I'm like,
and then booze bags.
Yes. And that's coming up soon.
I'm trying to think, is it on... Trying to think if it's on Channel 5 when I'm watching Twin Cities Live in the background that you pop on the most, or when I'm watching Jeopardy on 11.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Booze bags should run a bit where you get 2024 prices in 2025.
She's also endorsing these buttons.
Those are,
because they are doing a hell of a job. Those buttons right there are having a hard time.
You're aiming it at, yeah. Those are fixing to be shrapnel.
Yeah, those right there.
They'll put an eye out.
That sweater is too modest.
Well, she's a very modest person. She's a modest Yahoo.
So let me ask you a question, though. Let me ask you a question. The song All About That Bass.
Yeah.
No treble.
Great song.
Isn't this, unless I'm missing the metaphor, isn't this the treble?
Yeah,
I didn't realize that was what that was referring to. I like what you're saying. Well,
so if she's all about that bass,
I think it's time for the remix.
It looks like she upgraded or as Sauce would say, got a promotion.
Thank you.
On the treble.
We all change. I used to love having the bass up a lot and not much treble.
Yeah.
Now, kind of a 50-50 guy.
Yeah. Yeah. John used to be the guy I could hear outside my house as he drove by. That's how much bass he had going on.
No, that's because I was standing outside your window.
With his rocks out.
Yeah.
So there you go. The first, as far as I know, celebrity endorsement of Tatas.
Interesting.
I mean, all of them endorse them in a way, but not a specific brand.
Yeah. So there you go. Safe and effective.
Get those rocks. Do it for you.
John Kriesel here for Booze Bags. Front Page Sports is next. Initials at 8:15. One of you has a shot at $86,000.
The Fan.
Day I'm more confused. So look for the light in the pouring rain. You know that's a game that I hate to lose. I'm feeling the strain. Ain't it a shame? Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away.
Power Trip Morning Show. Hey, did I just hear, John Kriesel?
Yes.
That you're going to, I think you said Berchtesgaden? The Eagle's Nest?
The Eagle's Nest, yes. I've never been. I've been to Germany for a minute. Yeah.
That's the spot. That's where they tried to kill him. That's where the suitcase thing was. That's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know that it had significance during the war, but I'm going to learn a lot about it.
Yeah.
It looks like a beautiful spot. And Michael Kenny from Defined Destinations didn't, I think when he was explaining it to me, he said that they went there a few times at that Hitler and the others, but it wasn't the spot that they were always in.
Oh,
but he said when you go there, you go through the same tunnel, you take the same elevator.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Creepy.
But fascinating.
And just to think, and on that trip is also Dachau concentration camp, which I went to when I was in the military. Just the most creepy, and like we're on the same page, Corey. I don't believe in ghosts and all of that, but there is
you can feel the history though. You can feel
feeling.
it.
And the darkness, man, right? I mean,
and then there's pictures where you see piled up humans.
Yeah.
A picture and you're standing there.
Yeah.
And it's just like the most stark, but that's how it should be. There shouldn't be any washing of it being like, oh, downplay it. You need to show how awful and mind-blowing this was.
Yeah, you're standing where, the most evil a human being can be occurred, right? Basically, you're standing in the middle of just a nightmare.
There's no way to comprehend it.
No.
You can try to wrap your head around. And then you look, and across the moat, there are pillboxes facing in. So you're not getting out. There is no chance you're getting out. And then there's a plaque from the United States Army to I forget the unit that rescued them and walked in there and was like, what?
Yeah.
Because no one had any idea.
Right.
Yeah, there's so much. Geez.
So, I'm excited for that trip. The history, it is in September, 17th through the 25th, I believe.
I'm almost positive that's the place where Tom Cruise tried to kill Hitler.
In Valkyrie?
Yeah. I'm almost positive that's true.
I saw that movie. Did you guys see that movie?
No.
It's pretty good.
I saw it in the theater.
It's pretty good, yeah.
It looks so
saw
pretty.
it one time, but did see it once.
When was that? Was that like a mid-2000s?
Yeah, exactly. 05 or 6, somewhere in that range. I've heard of it. Somewhere in the 06 range. Valkyrie. 2008, a little bit later than that.
Valkyrie.
Speaking of movies, I have one left on the Westerns. And
Which
then
is?
I'm on to Django Unchained.
Awesome movie.
I can't wait.
Great movie.
I finished the assassination of Jesse James by the...
Thoughts?
Liked it.
Yeah, long, right? But it's super good.
But most of the Westerns I've watched are 2 3/4. And so it's probably, because so many of them are good, I liked it. It was a lot slower than some of the other ones.
Very slow.
So I'm going to come up with my list and hopefully share that maybe next week or the week after. Or if no one cares, then whatever.
No. Yeah, we watched Unforgiven last weekend.
And?
It's A+, especially like Hawk said. When he grabs that bottle of booze, you're like, oh, God, everybody's dead. It's so great. Yeah.
It is on.
It's so good.
The green flag is out.
Yeah. You done pissed him off, right? It's so good. Yeah.
But as a dad, and Chris and I have talked about this a million times, now as a father, when he's like, I'll be back in a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks. Yeah.
If you need anything, go to the neighbors. The neighbors miles away.
County. Yeah.
You be William Bonney, killer of children and women.
Yeah. Chloe was trying to talk me wife and I into leaving her alone the other day. She's like, I don't need a sitter anymore. You guys go on a date. And we're like, what?
So you left for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You just shot an unarmed man.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have used my friend as decoration for his bar.
So good.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean,
that's such a great line.
I could do almost that entire scene wrote. I love that movie.
Me too.
Killed the hell out of that guy.
Killed the hell out of that guy today.
Yeah.
Grace, here's audio of Chloe asking you and Kayla to get the hell out of the house because she's old enough to sit herself now.
I don't want to see you again for the rest of my whole life.
Pretty much.
That's right. How long was her hair, by the way? What a cutie.
Yeah.
My gosh, I didn't know her hair had gotten so long. It's so curly.
Curly.
Yeah? Wow, man.
It's wild.
Yeah. Sheesh.
Just happy.
Wow.
That picture my wife got of her smiling.
She's so cute.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can't stand it.
Well, and Sauce, you should, I know you follow John Kriesel on social media.
Of course, John Kriesel's my A1 from day one.
But you really should for Louis because Kriesel is a good perspective on parenting.
Yeah.
The other day you were complaining, you're like, the kiddo finds a way in our bed every night. But I don't want to complain because there's going to be a time she doesn't want to do this anymore. And 100% correct. When she's doing it, you're like, God, again? Oh, boy. And now once they're all out of that phase and they're too old, you're like, oh, man, I would kill to have that back. It's just so hard at the time.
Yeah.
She knows
to not get sick of it.
Now, and she'll go, oh, sorry. I'm just trying to be careful and not hit your stumps. And because my right leg stump, there's a bone spur in it, and if someone hits it, it hurts. And so she'll go around it, but then she'll climb in, and she's trying to be quiet, does a terrible job, but then she'll snuggle up and kiss my cheek and be like, I love you, Daddy.
Oh. I don't want you to go to the war.
Yeah. I was just kidding about wanting you to get blown to pieces again.
Unbelievable.
Or blown to pieces, my mama.
Right. And then you were like, well, I was going to, but you came in the room.
Yeah, thanks.
Dad, why do you keep throwing the bones to Mom?
Yeah,
All right, quickly, let's do front page sports because we got to talk to Mr. Z. In
Time now for front page sports, presented by Holiday Station Stores.
Yeah, $3 meal deals at Holiday. Those $3 meal deals, 2 donut rings, or ring donut, I guess, the other way around, plus a medium hot coffee for a limited time. Get a bakery meal deal this morning with a couple of donuts and a medium hot coffee only at Holiday.
Hell yeah.
I'm wearing 4 donut rings right now.
Well, keep looking at what you're looking at, or you're going to have about 1 left.
Minnesota high school boys hockey. Here we go. Stillwater 5-rip over Andover. St. Thomas Academy 2-1 over Shakopee.
Let's get it on!
How about Moorhead? Moorhead was down 4-2 to Lakeville South. And then they just go on a crazy tear. And that one kid had, 4 goals or something? Moorhead.
That was fun to watch.
As Zacho told Barrero yesterday, looks like they're finally going to get it done.
Yep.
When it comes to Moorhead.
Yeah, I mean, the Lakeville South, as Gorgie said, Gorgie and Parrish have been so good during this.
Well, so is Zacho.
Yeah, well, I meant on the TV, right? Yeah, Zacho is good, man. He's really good at calling hockey. It's very impressive. Because, as you've always said, he's super articulate when he does it. He comes in here and you're like, Zach, we'll try it. Hey, Zach, too, what's the latest update on the weather? Right? But when he calls a hockey game, it's like a completely different person.
Well, it's going to be sunny.
It's going to be sunny. But yeah, Lakeville South just played like they had nothing to lose, right? And
I have no idea.
It was great. I saw it.
They had a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, it was great.
And then Edina 2-1 over Rogers in overtime. Rogers scored first too.
Man, hate that.
Lost 2-1 in overtime.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah, I kept thinking they were playing Minnetonka because of the blue and white. But
Right.
yeah, it was fun. Good for all those kids. That's such a fun event, man. I love watching it. And I'll watch more of it today. Cool story.
We have no interest in what's going on with you.
We'll talk to Mr. Z when we come back about some films. We'll do What Really Matters. Initials 2 hours from now with $86,000 up for grabs. This is the Power 2 Morning Show on The Fan.
The Fan.
All right. Welcome back to Power 2 Morning Show on Friday. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Initials later. Alec Lewis is going to give us the latest on everything. Everything. I just read a story that headline that said 2 NFC teams are interested in trading for star defensive end Trey Hendrickson from the Bengals. I'm hoping one of those NFC teams has purple on their helmet with horns.
I'd be surprised, right?
I would guess it's
with
the
the
Lions.
lack of draft capital.
Well, and also they just put capital into Dallas Turner. They just invested a lot of money in Jonathan Gennard. Some end guys or edge guys like Andrew Van Ginkel off the edge once in a while, right? Like, I would be surprised if we spent a ton of money on a guy like Hendrickson.
Well, I don't know, man.
But who knows? Why not make a splash?
Defensive line, we need it. Let's do it.
We have so many holes to fill, and it seems like we have a ton of money and so little time. We have a lot of money, it seems, but when you look at how many positions of need, it's going to go quickly.
I think what we're going to see on Monday when they can sign is they will sign, I would bet, 3 new starters by about 4 o'clock on Monday.
Could you see them maybe signing 2, possibly 4?
Possibly, yeah.
So you're going to throw it out there that you believe they may sign 3-ish players on Monday.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Thank you.
Mr. Z joins us every Friday to talk about films. Hi, Mr. Z.
Hey, guys. What's up?
Let me ask you about Mickey 17. Robert Pattinson, Batman himself, or that vampire from that one movie. Robert Pattinson is in Mickey 17. It looks like Groundhog Day for, I don't know, like clones or something. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. What the hell is Mickey 17 about?
Yeah, Bong Joon-ho, the director who directed Parasite and Snowpiercer, a few other things. Mickey 17. Well, the basic plot, Mickey 17, it's in the future, and if your life is going a certain way, you can kind of sign up to be an expendable, which means you probably do okay. But so then if they're so what you'll do is your brain, you can save your memories, and then your body becomes expendable. So if they need somebody to test like how solar radiation affects you in space, you can go out there, and then when you die, they just reprint another one of you and put your brain back in it, and they keep going. So that's what you're referencing, and that's not a spoiler or anything. That's what we learn in the first few minutes of the movie. So. Very polarizing film. This is one where Rotten Tomatoes isn't going to help most people, probably, because it's on the, if you actually talk to people or go into it, it verges on people saying one of their favorite movies of the year and complete waste of time.
Oh, really?
There's not a lot of middle ground in this film. So, it's a lot of social commentary. For me, I could have used a little more humor, a little less social commentary. But it's a movie that's going to run those edges of between hatred and love.
Yeah, can I ask you in regards to that, Mr. Z? I'm sorry to derail you, but that brought up I'm having a hard time getting myself to go back and finish Nickel Boys. Because the about 45 minutes of it I watched, I was so confused. I had no. Did you ever watch that? Did you ever see that movie?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I didn't get to screen Nickel Boys. I had to make a choice, but no, I know what you mean. That's why for me, that's why it's best to go to a theater sometimes to see those, because it's easy to leave them when you're watching at home and you're watching a movie and you turn it off for whatever reason. Then you're stuck with that dilemma of should I start a new one or should I go back and finish the old one?
That's exactly.
And it does. When I'm at a theater, I'm more likely to stick it out and kind of see if it can redeem itself at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know that. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
This is a question, I guess, for everybody, but Mr. Z is kind of an aficionado, so maybe you're the best choice to get this correct. But when it comes to these like kind of start your day over movies, right? Like the time loops, like the Groundhog Day effect or Edge of Tomorrow. I think Palm Springs was the same as well. Isn't that what it's called? Palm Springs with like Andy Samberg?
I never saw that.
Doesn't matter. Point is was Groundhog Day the first movie to do that? Or was there a movie from the 70s or 80s that I just had never heard of? Do you have any idea where that started, that concept in film started?
Yeah, that's a good question. I haven't thought about it. First of all, one of the things I do like, I actually like, done well, one of my favorite things. There's a movie called Happy Death Day, which fits right into, I love horror comedy. One of my favorite movies of that year, still one of my favorite movies of all time. Not great movie, silly movie, but it's Groundhog's Day, but a horror movie. Fantastic. As far as I know, lots of science fiction stories have attempted this for a long time. As far as movies go, I off the top of my head, one doesn't pop into my head of having to relive the same day over and over again like that. So I feel like there has to be. And so I understand the question. I just can't think of it off the top of my head.
I can't think of one before Groundhog Day either, but man, Groundhog Day did it freaking amazingly well. What did you think? Did you watch any of the Oscars? And if so, what did you think of some of the movies that did well, like The Brutalist or Anora?
Yeah, well, famously, I used to enjoy watching the Oscars, and then for a while I didn't watch it just because I was mad at the Oscars, and now it doesn't mean anything to me. It used to be that I had a kind of concept of what the Oscars were for, as far as, like what the best movie meant. Best movie never meant best movie in the real world. The Jurassic Parks and the Back to the Future never won Oscars, and we kind of accepted that. But then there was another level where you could kind of say, okay, so best movie in this case means drama or something that makes people have feelings, whatever. But then it seemed to veer off of that as well, and the Oscars seem to be about who made the movie or what the movie's about rather than whether it's a good movie or not. Mm-hmm. And I just don't get it. I really don't. I can't. So I haven't watched probably 10 years since I've last watched the Oscars. Oh. So I don't have a comment on it. But I don't think it's for people who like movies. I don't know who it's for, but it doesn't seem to be that.
Okay. Outside of Mickey 17 that comes out this weekend, correct? What's next? What's the big movie that's a week or two away? Anything?
Well, we have Novocaine next week, which is a cool concept. Joe Quaid's kid,
Jack Quaid,
can't feel pain. It's a good bit. Snow White comes out the week after. That's going to be the big, very, very interesting. Nobody really has a handle. There's a ton of controversy about Snow White. There's also a ton of people who don't care about controversy. It's going to be very interesting in 2 weeks what happens with Disney Snow White, and then you have Minecraft in April.
Oh. And is that supposed to be gigantic or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, it will. They seem to have redeemed themselves. The first trailer came out and people were like really kind of like Sonic's first trailer. Like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Second trailer kind of brought people back and were lots of, yes. When we say huge, not Super Mario huge, but yes, it's going to be a big movie.
God, are there any in the somewhat distant future, like summer blockbuster fun movies, like Top Gun was a few years back?
Sure. Yeah, the summer's looking pretty good. I don't have anything written down right in front of me. I know at the end of May is when it really starts.
Awesome.
With Karate Kid, which it sounds strange, but Karate Kid is going to do a ton of business and people are going to really look forward to seeing it because of Cobra Kai. It's still in our culture. Lilo and Stitch opens at Lilo, so that's going to kick off a really busy summer.
Awesome.
Great.
Good.
Kriesel and I were just talking off the air because he's been going through all these Westerns. He's been going through all these movies that he's never seen, trying to knock some big names off the list. And Jaws is on his list. And I just gave him the tip that, look, this summer is the 50-year anniversary, and a lot of theaters are putting it back in the theater. Can you imagine seeing Jaws at Kriesel's age for the first time in a theater? You got to wait.
Yes,
you got to wait. You're almost there.
I'm going to wait.
I would agree. Yeah, that would be. I don't know if I ever saw Jaws in the theater. When I think back, I don't think I was old enough to go to it in the theater, and I missed it. So yeah, I've only seen it on the old TV.
Same. I saw it in a theater last year for the first time, and it was unfreaking believable. Absolutely holds up.
You said that the jump scares that where they're at and when to expect them, you still were caught off guard
because the sound and how loud it is, and you could feel it. There's the underwater scene. Those of you who have seen Jaws know which one I'm talking about. And all of a sudden, a face emerges, and I've seen it 200 times. I knew it was coming, but when the volume in the theater is turned to 11,
so good.
I definitely jumped a little bit, like, geez, and I could have timed it almost perfect. In the face in 3, 2, 1. Totally ready for it. Still scared the crap out of me.
Awesome.
God, that movie's good. Mr. Z, you're the best, dude. Thanks.
All right, guys. Talk to y'all later.
All right, there he goes. All right, we'll do What Really Matters after this. Scores and stats around the world of sports. In between, Chris will change your life with something better and more interesting than what I'm about to say. It'll be fun, I think. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe.
On the fan. Here's what really matters on the Power Trip Morning Show. And by the way, did you guys even know there was a Cinderella movie coming out?
You mean Snow White?
Snow White movie coming out?
I think so, yeah.
I did not.
Yeah, because I think the controversy was originally they had little people in the movie and then they ended up changing that and CGI-ing them. I believe that's the controversy. Or do I have it backwards? Or is it the other way around? I don't know. I think they are now CGI. I don't know.
I didn't know as well. Did you guys ever see Bob Odenkirk in Nobody?
No, but I heard that was solid.
It's great.
Yeah.
He is Bruce Willis, believe it or not, because you wouldn't picture Odenkirk being, but he's a badass in this.
I love Odenkirk.
Great film.
So good.
Talk about whooping some ass. But I didn't know they were making a part 2, but they are. It comes out in August. And then, I saw another. Paul Thomas Anderson's got a film coming out with Leo DiCaprio.
Oh, wow.
I know, exactly.
What's that about, or what's that called?
Dating young women.
The Battle of Bacton Cross is what it's called. Let's see. Designated for IMAX. Reported budget of $120 million. It stars Leo DiCaprio, Regina Hall, Sean Penn, Elena Haim, and Benicio del Toro.
Wow. Jeez.
I know.
Okay.
Based on author Thomas Pynchon's novel Vineland. Battle of Bacton Cross. So I don't know. I guess I don't know what Vineland's about. Let me check.
So did the H.H. Holmes movie with Leo that we've talked about forever just get scrapped?
I think
About the murder castle in Chicago. It's just over.
Yeah.
It's just never going to happen.
Somebody do it right eventually.
He was supposed to be H.H. Holmes, right? He was supposed to be the guy.
That's right, yeah.
That actual place that was used to kill a ton of people, right?
to like basically secret passages and dungeons, and he had multiple people do multiple parts of the building, so nobody had the full blueprint. So it was supposed to be just a terrible, horrific story.
How is that not a movie?
This is from about a year ago. Devil in the White City, still happening with Scorsese and DiCaprio, says producer.
Does it have a date?
But that was a year ago.
That was a year ago, and now there's a hot rumor that it might be a series.
Fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be a movie. I just want to see it.
But it still might happen.
All right. Let's do What Really Matters, scores and stats around the world of sports, and in between, Chris will change your life with something else. Here we go. We'll start with wild news presented by our friends at Catalyst and CatalystSupplyCo.com. If you're a Twin Cities contractor and you want to boost your build, you go to Catalyst. Thanks, Catalyst. Wild at Vancouver tonight at 9 o'clock. This is the last road game before a 7-game homestand, and 10 of the next 11 after tonight are at the XL Energy Center. The NHL trade deadline is today. The Wild made a deal last night. Lauko and Kustadinov for something called Justin Brazeau?
Brazeau. He owns a website.
Yeah.
Hawk, do you still have that password?
Brazeau? Brazeau?
Yeah.
We're going to go with
Sounds
Brazeau.
right.
He's 27.
I was this close to joining again the other day.
27, and he has 10 goals in his first full NHL season. First full NHL season at 27? Interesting.
That is.
By a mile, the most women... The hot women on any website ever that I like is Brazzers. Not even close. Is it just me?
Yeah, no,
you're not wrong.
That's fair.
Bullet.
Yeah.
Are you signing up?
No one needs the full video.
Sometimes
though.
I do though. Sometimes I'm an auteur.
You pop some popcorn and
makes it luxurious. Yeah.
Sometimes I really want to treat myself.
Yeah. Treat yourself. Yeah.
Treat yourself.
He pours a glass of wine.
But what really matters is this.
Lay out the tissues.
Oh,
this is what matters right here. Lay out the
your mic's on.
How about this, Core? At some point in July, around July 4th, Matt Stone, Trey Parker.
Yes, I'm in.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't even matter what you're about to say. I'm in.
We're about to find out.
Uh-oh.
I'm in.
No.
Matt Stone, Trey Parker, and Kendrick Lamar have a musical coming out.
Well, again, I don't like musicals. Book of Mormon is one of the only musicals I've ever seen in person, and it's freaking hilarious, right? The singing part is so funny that it doesn't matter that it's, stop the acting to start singing. I freaking loved the Book of Mormon. I thought it was fantastic. So they're in a... Do we know the plot of it?
No, that nobody knows anything about it.
Nobody knows anything about it.
No, it's a musical.
It's going to be greasy.
My guess is it's not going to go well for Drake.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
That's probably a fair assumption.
They have to be when does South Park normally start? I know that last year or the year before they said 2025 would be the new season. This is 2025. I can't wait. I mean, the stuff that the material they have.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They got a lot.
Paramount Film Chief Brian Robbins says this script is one of the funniest and most original scripts we've ever read.
I believe the original part, right? Those guys are just super creative.
It's certain to create some fireworks when it hits theaters July 4th, 2025.
Okay.
It'll be great. Oh, God. It'll be so good. I mean, Team America is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Where were you? That's all. I mean, every bit they've ever done is so good.
The Vikings agreed to a 2-year, just over $12.6 million extension with Theo Jackson. Can't wait to ask Alec Lewis about this because he's almost not even played, right? Very little run. 43 career games, 2 interceptions, but in those 43 games total, 222 defensive snaps.
So this is my thought on it, and Alec Lewis will have, this is like me presenting a project where I just came up with it on the spot, and he'll have a well thought out answer. But I'm pretty sure they think both of their starting safeties from last year will be gone. This is like a Josh Metellus thing where they see the promise and they want to be, the potential that they want to be on the ground floor before he becomes a very good player. And I think Cam Bynum will be gone, and I don't think Harrison Smith will be back. That's what this is saying.
Even so, he's 26 years old. Even if you think he's got potential, to give a guy that's done almost nothing $6 million a year, that's a pretty good jump for Theo Jackson. I mean, shout out to Theo for getting that contract, but man, they must really like him behind the scenes.
They love him.
Let me tell you, we had a one-on-one with Flores before camp in Cleveland, okay? And he talked about Theo for a long time. And you guys obviously know how they created a position completely out of nowhere for Metellus. Am I saying that?
Like a hybrid bit.
Great dude, yeah.
Theo was his backup. So everything Metellus...
They think Theo can do all of that, too.
He not just think, he did.
Yeah. So that moved Metellus to safety?
Something like that, I wonder. Because that's how much they thought of Theo. That's a hybrid position that had never existed before. Theo was the backup, but not just in name. Like, he could do everything Metellus did.
He's a good player.
And
good kid, man.
They've hit home runs on evaluating veteran defensive talent.
Yep.
So it's the draft that's hurt our squad, but the $6 million does seem like it, and that's where Paul in our chat yesterday with the group, people are like, what the hell is this? I think your theory's right. Otherwise, there's no chance they would. Then it ends up being a really good deal for the team.
Even if you lose one, though, you don't have to lose both. You could still re-sign Bynum and still make this make sense to say, well, it's less than Harrison Smith and Harrison's retiring.
Didn't I read yesterday somewhere that it was leaked that they couldn't come up with a number to keep Bynum here?
Well, I heard that went south. That Lieber was. I think that went the other way because the thing.
Which other way?
That I think he won't be here, Byron Murphy. And I think the thing is.
No, wait, hang on. We're talking about Bynum. You're asking about Bynum, correct?
I'm talking about Bynum.
Oh, I think that. Well, they tried to sign him before the season, and then they don't do contracts during the season. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that has gone the wrong way, and he's going to leave. Sorry.
Fine with me.
So hang on.
The dances were cute, but the open field tackling was abysmal.
Sometimes I don't understand what you're saying.
Sorry.
So you think Bynum is not going to come back because he's too expensive?
Yes.
And you also think Byron Murphy, who was, according to rumors, trending towards coming back, now you're saying that's gone the wrong way, and now that's more unlikely to be the case.
I think, and my reasoning is, he is the best corner available in free agency. He needs.
What about the dude from the Jets?
I think Byron Murphy is a tad better because of what Byron Murphy can do, right? And I think Byron. And
he knows the system. That's why we should try.
But I think he is going to go to the open market because he could make $21 million a year. So
we're going to get priced out of maybe both.
I think they sign one of them.
We can't afford to lose.
No, they need two of them. They need, like I said 15 minutes ago, they need on Monday at 3 o'clock to have DJ Reed and either Asante Samuel or DJ Reed and Byron Murphy Jr. They need something like that. They have to. And they have the cash. Like, we don't normally have the cash because we had to pay Kirk Cousins all that money to win one playoff game. Oh.
What really matters, though, is this.
Great point. There's a movie coming out called The Smashing Machine sometime this year.
That was you in your 20s.
That's what I call this.
It stars The Rock in his first real acting role. He will be playing MMA fighter Mark Kerr.
So his first, quote, true acting role,
and he's been in,
is an MMA fighter, which is not that far from a wrestler.
Well,
so
but it's like the wrestler
real
with
stretch.
What's his face, man?
Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rourke.
That was a fantastic movie.
I haven't seen
It looks
that.
like this is going to be sort of the same thing. Now,
Okay.
Mark Kerr, great fighter who had a terrible drug problem, substance, just terrible. Yeah.
Do we think The Rock can do it? Let's just be honest.
I do. I think he's great.
Can he not be The Rock for a movie? I don't know.
I
We'll
believe
see.
so.
We'll see.
He's great. And what is it? Get Shorty or where he's with Vince Vaughn? What movie is that? It's the sequel to Get Shorty.
Get Hard.
Oh, yeah. Tooth Fairy.
Tooth Fairy, yeah. You know who loved Tooth Fairy?
Probably Dov.
No,
It's great.
Hawk.
I did. It's really good.
Chloe loved the Tooth Fairy.
See? And yes, both.
According to reports, Stephen A. Smith and ESPN have agreed to a new 5-year, $100 million deal. According to a couple of online sources, his current contract was around $12 million a year, so he's getting an $8 million a year raise to $20 million. So if you believe the numbers that are floating around online, that's the case. $100 million, 5 years.
Worth it. He's the only guy on that station that I will turn it to. And it used to be the opposite. I used to agree with you, Corey, about that. I used to absolutely despise him. He's grown on me. He's charming. He's smart. He seems very self-aware.
Great on Howard Stern,
yeah.
Yeah, he's a good interview on Stern. But
he gets it.
How about this?
Now.
According to the report that I read this morning, there's been people in the last handful of months that have floated him as a possible presidential candidate moving forward, and he's even come out and said, "What are we doing? I'm not. I'm not qualified." That's how I feel. I'm like, if this is where we're going, where Stephen A. Smith is a possibility, what are we doing? But according to the story I read this morning, is he's still going to be on First Take or whatever the hell that show's called. Is that right? First Take? He's going to be on First Take, but some of his other ESPN duties will be pulled back a little bit, even though he's getting a giant raise. And part of the theory is that it would allow him to express political opinions a little bit more without backlash, just in case he changes his mind and runs for political office. Sure. What are we doing?
Well, and that is the opposite
of the celebrities.
Whether we agree with it or not, ESPN is a place to get distracted from real life.
Yeah.
And that's what made ESPN, I think, suck over the past few years, is just trying to inject politics and everything, where it's like, no, if you want that, there's a million options out there. Go watch that. But I want to know who the backup cornerback for the Jaguars is going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, correct.
I don't care about real life when I'm watching ESPN.
Yes, correct.
What really matters, though, is this.
You got that right, Corey. Stephen A. Smith.
Yep, $100 million.
Man.
Yeah, he's not running for president, taking that pay cut.
I know. $100 million.
A Delta Airlines captain took a moment to reassure passengers after a slew of aviation incidents has made some flyers nervous. You should watch the video. He literally walked down. He's like, "It's going to be cool. This is the safest ever. I'm telling you right now, it's what I do for a living. You're completely safe right now." And I can see why he felt the need to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, do you guys read the update on that Sun Country flight?
No.
Remember?
Oh, I did. Sorry.
We heard it was diverted because of a security threat, right?
Yeah,
and
right.
initially they didn't say what the security threat was, why the plane had to land. It was headed to Mazatlan and it landed in like Albuquerque or something. I forget exactly where it stopped.
El Paso.
Something like that. Yeah, there you go. El Paso. So I was watching Channel 4 before Wheel last night. And Frank and Amelia were talking about how it was a couple of kids that wrote a note that said, like, "You're all going to die. Please help." And it was supposed to be kind of a prank, but obviously It's on a plane. So it was some note that somebody found, and it was a couple of kids. Not a serious threat.
How old were the kids?
They didn't say last night on the show, but it must be pretty young because they said they didn't plan on pressing charges. So it must be at an age where they honestly didn't even know what they were doing.
Okay. The note didn't say go back to the war.
It did not. Otherwise, It did not say like Chloe Kriesel at the bottom. Man, can you imagine?
Insane. And as the parents,
that you're more embarrassed as a parent probably as the kid. You're just like, how?
Because the kids don't understand the gravity of it.
Depending on the age, right? If we find out they're 7-year-olds or something, it's like, man, I got a lot of questions, but man. So the good news is there was no actual threat. It was just a couple of kids screwing around.
The bad news is, now those people lost a day of they're missing out on the foam parties.
Foam parties. The Twins beat the Yankees in spring training 8-4. Garrett Cole got rocked. That's always good. And our guy Ryan Jeffers 2 for 3 with a walk,
and then was on ESPN, and he was excellent. He's so good.
He's
man.
awesome.
Yeah, that guy kicks ass,
Ryan
man.
Jeffers. Yeah,
love Ryan Jeffers.
Same.
What really matters is this.
There's a $10 million reward for information leading to the arrest of a former Olympic snowboarder.
Oh, God, I heard about this.
How about this?
Insane.
Yeah.
I know. He's wanted for running a multinational drug trafficking network and orchestrating multiple murders related to the drug ring. The FBI added 43-year-old Ryan Wedding to its 10 most wanted list on Thursday. This is the assistant director of the FBI said Wedding went from shredding powder on the slopes at the Olympics to distributing powder cocaine on the streets of the U.S. cities. The alleged murders of his competitors make Wedding a very dangerous man. Amongst his aliases, different word completely, El Jefe. I know.
Which is a nickname of poker player Kerry Katz. Like 10 people understand that reference, but still, go on.
Public Enemy and James Conrad King. I don't know. So anyway, you used to watch him shred on the slopes.
Yep.
And now he's on the 10 most wanted list for the FBI.
He used to bomb the hill, and now he might strap a bomb to your car.
Right. Jeez.
This is going to be a good movie.
Introduce your kids to snowboarding.
Yeah.
Right.
Or to shredding powder.
Or Ryan Wedding. What a name.
The Devil's Dander.
Yeah. Can you make it 100?
The Cincinnati Bengals are letting star Trey Hendrickson seek a trade. I guess this is the second time he's kind of asked for a trade, but this time they're just going to let him do it. He's got 1 year left on his current contract. He is 30 years old. Led the NFL in sacks last year with 17.5. He was first team All-Pro, fourth straight Pro Bowl. How about this? I think you guys will do this pretty quickly, but why not? Since Trey Hendrickson signed with the Cincinnati Bengals, he is third in the NFL during that period of time with 57 sacks. There's only 2 that are slightly, and I mean slightly, I'll give you the numbers in a second, slightly ahead of Trey Hendrickson in the last handful of years since Hendrickson has been a Bengal. Who are the only 2 in the NFL with more sacks than Trey Hendrickson?
Is it
TJ Watt?
Micah Parsons?
TJ Watt has 58.5, so just 1.5 more than
Nick Bosa.
Hendrickson.
Miles Garrett.
And Miles Garrett has 60.
That's some bitch.
The Bengals are in trouble, man.
They're cheap. That's what they were saying this morning. They're just cheap. They don't spend money,
which is insane. There's a salary cap. It's even, but they haven't extended. They haven't with
T. Higgins.
I think it was
T. Higgins or Jamar Chase.
I think it was the bit, and the numbers are probably wrong, but the one number is right if that makes any sense. I think the Eagles in the last 3 or 4 years have signed players to over 8 extensions, and the Bengals have done 1.
It's just insane.
And it's the quarterback.
Green Bay spends up to the cap.
Yeah.
And that's a tiny market.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild to have the window that they had that seemed wide open, and now you have stars trying to leave. And at some point, Jamar Chase is probably going to say he wants
100%,
out.
Yeah.
T. Higgins wants out, but got tagged.
Didn't they just have a lineman who was only 29 retired?
Sam Hubbard.
Yeah.
He's like, I've had enough.
And then one of their better guards, they just cut. Kappa, whatever his name is. Yeah.
To save money.
Yeah.
But I just don't get it.
They were a Super Bowl team like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But what really matters is this.
Sorry, I was reading about Lady Gaga's new album. Looks like it's really getting good out there.
Not bolt-ons.
Man. Yeah, I already read about that. Here's a terrible story. 3 men originally from Minnesota are feared dead after being caught in an avalanche while heli-skiing in Alaska. The Alaska Department of Public Safety reports that rescue operations continued on Thursday, after the 3 men were buried underneath at least 40 feet of snow.
I mean, come on.
God.
Following the half-mile-long avalanche near the resort town of Gurwood on Tuesday. The men were identified on Thursday morning. Jeremy Leaf, 38 of Minneapolis, David Linder, 39, who's originally from Minnesota but now resides in Florida, and Charles Eppard, 39, who is also from Minnesota but now lives in Montana. Linder is one of the co-owners of Radio Mankato. Managing partner Matt Kettleson paying the following tribute. I will remember Dave Linder as an amazing family man, one of the smartest people I've ever known, and someone who lived life to the fullest.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, 40 feet of snow. Yeah. So sorry to all our friends at Radio Mankato. I can't, she's Louise.
That sucks.
That's, I just that's an unbelievable amount of snow.
Ugh.
All right, no way to transition out of that. We'll come back. We'll do the news. One more segment with John Kriesel. Paris should be here shortly. He was up late watching that Edina Rogers overtime game. We can talk a little high school hockey when he gets here. Alec Lewis of The Athletic, right? We'll be here about, 7:30, 7:40? We'll do Vikings news with him, and then he'll play initials for the first time at 8:15 with $86,000 up for grabs.
The Fan.